sleeping in. Lucky for you, the lines at the Lincoln Airport are so short and our service is so fast. You won't need to sacrifice precious beauty sleep to get here hours before your flight. So, go ahead, sleep in. You deserve it, and choose the airport that helps you relax. LNK, make flying easy.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
A new year means it's time to try new things. If you haven't tried Fear's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For the days you don't want to go to the gym, don't worry. Fear's cheese spread is there to cheer you up. And for the days you do get to the gym, why not celebrate when you get back with the best dip around? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fear's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Having diabetes doesn't have to ruin your new year. Join a Nebraska-supported program like Living Well with Diabetes. You'll learn how to manage your symptoms, feel more confident, and reduce stress about your diagnosis. Search Nebraska Living Well with Diabetes and click on the DHHS Healthy Living Programs page to learn more. Paid for by the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America, this is What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Chancellor Brewington, powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program.
Happy Monday to everybody out there. We are here for another week of What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington right here on 93.7 The Ticket. I'm Jake Balkovin in studio at 1040 O Street alongside the host of the show, Chancellor Brewington. Chance, how is it going today?
It's going great. It's going great. I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. I did. I hope, Bach, you have a good weekend?
Yeah.
That's great to hear. I hope everyone else did. And it's Monday. It's Monday, and it's time to what some folks call get back to the grind or get back to whatever. But life never stops, though. Life never stops. So I hope everyone is having a blessed Monday. And if it's not blessed, you don't feel like it's blessed, bless yourself right now. Because all you got is the present moment, which creates your future. Man, we have so much to talk about. First of all, I mean, Super Bowl talk. We'll get into the two games. We'll get into Commanders, Eagles, and obviously Chiefs, Bills. Some coaching news in college football. Does that change the landscape of coaching moving forward? You know, I would say a new outlier in the one of the coordinating positions in college football. Some Nebraska news. We'll bring up some Nebraska topics. Maybe another top 10 list later on. But what do you think about Super Bowl overall? I know some people I've talked to, it's like, I don't like it. I feel like it's rigged. I feel like, I don't want to see the Chiefs anymore. You kind of compare it to Golden State, their run. I think that's the closest thing we've seen in sports. I can't really think of anything else. Yankees haven't really had this type of run in what? Mahomes been in the league for about 8 years, 9 year span. You think about, first of all, him showing up every year. I remember back in 2018 when he played Tom Brady. I believe he lost to him, and that was when Tom went to play. Who did they play that year? Was that the Eagles? I think it was the Eagles that year. But I mean, you look at, first of all, Mahomes' track record, and you're like, I mean, you tip your hat off. So it's not a thing where you can take credit from him and say that it's the competition or there's any other factor. He's doing it. He's doing great. But I think the surprise element that fans want just isn't there in the NFL in some cases, because I mean you have the same names popping up, and maybe it's the repeat of the Tom Brady. Someone said someone said there's never going to be another Tom Brady. Well, I'm not going to say same skill set. I think the skill set is a lot more it, is a lot greater in Patrick Mahomes. But I will say that and it's also like LeBron. Are we going to see another LeBron? And everyone says, "Oh, we're never going to see another LeBron." And that's probably a little different than Tom Brady because he's a 6'9" guard that can play everything, and the skill set is different. But accolade wise, I mean, who's going to reach 38,000 points, 39,000, 40,000, whatever it is? And then you bring that over to football, like who's going to beat Tom? And the whole while you don't even know that the person who's going to beat Tom is actually playing Tom at the time, right? When Tom Brady was playing. So it's like, I understand when people say, I want to see someone new arise. But then I also understand when people say, I love it. You got to respect greatness. You got to respect consistency. You got to respect the best player winning. Now, we can also argue the fact is he getting a nod from the refs? Has he got a nod for the past 5 years? How much do those moments play into his career? How much do those moments play into this season? Right. I think me personally, this was my take. I'll throw it to you after, Bach. I think Mahomes is a great talent. I think he's generational. I mean, people were talking about he might be the next Aaron Rodgers. I think he's already surpassed him. I think he's really in a category by himself. I think he'll be at the end of it undeniably the best, if not one of the. I think he'll be the best quarterback we've ever seen. And then you throw on like what he can do actually on the field skill wise, and what he's really doing it with. I know you can say, well, he has Travis Kelce. I guarantee when Travis Kelce leaves, he's going to be somewhere in the same position, right? Because I think what makes Mahomes so good, and this is what I see. I mean, I've seen it for so many years, is it doesn't matter who he has. McCole Hardman, Tyreek Hill, Watson, throw anyone in there. What's the guy who dropped all those passes last year?
Tony.
Kadarius
Tony.
Yeah, Kadarius Tony. I mean, and then you have you get Juju, you get DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, whoever, just get someone. Someone needs to play X, someone needs to play Z. If Mahomes at quarterback, your win rate goes up 85%. The receivers don't matter. And I think you match that obviously with Andy Reid. And I think that will be, in a legacy question, will be similar to the Tom Brady and Belichick question, where it's how much did Bill Belichick play into to Tom Brady, and how much or to winning, or how much did Tom Brady play into winning? And I think, in the Andy Reid situation, you kind of answer it. Okay, where were they at with Alex Smith? Okay, well, average team, win 9 games, some games 7, some years 10, whatever it is. Mahomes comes in, the whole landscape changes. So you can kind of come to some type of conclusion and say, well, I mean, Patrick Mahomes is the reason why this thing took off, right? But that's just my take on it. And I think he's probably gonna win the Super Bowl. I'm just going. We'll get to like real takes eventually throughout the week, but just real raw, honest. I think he's gonna win the Super Bowl, and I think people are gonna be upset. I think people are gonna love it, and I mean, this is gonna be probably Travis Kelce's one of his last years. He might run it back one more time. I mean, he'll probably say he's coming back, and then fall camp hits, and everyone changes their mind. Might have no, I'm not gonna say that. Who's the guy who quit midway through the year?
Antonio Brown.
Already. Oh yeah.
Game, yeah.
Okay. Well, that one is crazy. Or Davis. From the Colts. The corner.
Yeah. Vontae. Yeah.
Vontae Davis. But like, so I mean, I don't know how many. What I'm trying to say is I don't know how many years he's gonna have with Travis Kelce. And so you look at the consistent pieces around him. I mean, Tyreek Hill's gone. McCole Hardman's gone. Travis Kelce probably gonna be gone. I mean, you have Kareem Hunt.
But like, how much is
He
he
was
really
gone for a while.
Yeah, he's gone for a while, but how much is he like really playing, or like he's Kareem Hunt's the reason why he's winning? No, it's Mahomes. So and then obviously contract plays a role. I mean, he's probably going to be there the rest of his career. If not, I mean, get to like year 16, 17, 18 if he gets there, and then you maybe play a year somewhere else like Tom Brady or something like that. Or I don't even know if based on body type and the way he plays, if he's going to play that long. I think it's a situation you enjoy him while he's here. You enjoy him while he's performing at a high level, and you just appreciate it. But then I know the human nature is they want to see someone new. But that's just my opinion. Go ahead, Bach.
Yeah, it's going to be hard, I think, for somebody new to get into the conversation as it is, just because of how much he's dominated this thing. Now, remember, he did sit out his first year with Kansas City, but if you don't count that against him, he's 17-3 in the playoffs.
That is ridiculous.
Yes.
Good Lord.
Going to his 5th Super Bowl here in about 7 years of attempting. 7 years of going for it again. The 8th year, where his first year where he sat out. So it is incredible. Again, to compare that to Tom Brady. Tom Brady was in 10 Super Bowls, so he's at 5. So that's it's incredible how Tom Brady was able to set the bar at such a high level that it's like, this will just never happen. And we always have the MJ in LeBron debates, right, in basketball. It just felt like it's going to take generations before somebody can argue with Tom, because this has got to be a once in a generation thing. You're not going to see this again. And then Patrick Mahomes, like you said, strolls into the league and just dominates the fashion that he is. It will be interesting, though. Like you said, he's been able to do it with some different pieces, but specifically when Kelsey does move along, that was kind of the progression of Moss's career too. Was for a while it was Corey Dillon and Randy Moss, and then you kind of get into Wes Welker, and then you kind of get more in the Julian Edelman. And so you have to, as it goes along, as you have these long years, long career at quarterback, your weapons around you are going to change, and that will happen, and we will see. But it's hard to deny just how great he is, and this matchup with the Eagles certainly is interesting. I mean, these are two of the best teams. Rematch of the Super Bowl a couple of years ago, but this isn't Washington or somebody getting hot and making a run. They're playing right at the right time. No, these are two of the best teams in the NFL, and it should be an excellent game.
Yeah, it will be, and we'll get to the Eagles. We'll get to the Eagles in a second, because when you look at that Eagles team, listen, they're first of all, we'll talk about Jalen Hurts, but what people were saying this time last year about Jalen Hurts, I know Eagles fans are interesting bunch, right? I have some family members who are some real dedicated Eagle fans or Eagles fans, and you hear the way they talk when things are going good. I mean, it's like we just put someone on the moon, right? It's just like the world is amazing, and then all of a sudden there's times where, especially last year when Jalen Hurts wasn't playing well, and it was like, well, this, Jalen Hurts this, and then the year before, it's like, well, he's playing pretty daggone good, and the year before that, right? Last year, we'll just get into it now. I mean, last year threw 15 picks, and that was a real area of concern. And not only 15 picks, but was turning the ball over a lot. And just fumbling and stuff like that. AJ Brown had some fumbling stuff, and you literally go out and you get your missing link. You get that puzzle piece that fits in perfect. Right? It's the one piece. It's like, I don't know if anyone's ever done puzzles. It's like you have the puzzle in front of you, and it's usually a corner piece, right? You're trying to get all your corner pieces, and you're like, there's one I don't have. Then you end up finishing the puzzle. You don't know where that one corner piece is, and all of a sudden you flip up, whatever, and the dog took it in the corner, and it's all chewed up, right? But you put it down in there, and it fits. And it feels good, and you're like, like I accomplished something, 500 piece puzzle, 1,000 piece puzzle, 10,000 piece, whatever it is. But you find the piece that was missing, and it fits. And that's Saquon Barkley. 2000, he goes from Giants, where you're like, Saquon, I've heard everything. He's too powerful for his own good. He doesn't know how to hit holes downhill. He doesn't fit zone schemes. He's only a gap scheme guy. He can only run count, like whatever it is. He can't catch out the backfield. He's inconsistent breaking tackles. He can't make the first guy miss, so then he can make the first guy miss. I mean, you hear it all while things aren't going good. Of course, that's kind of the way life is. People, when you're down, they see all the bad, right? But all of a sudden, you get in a new environment, and maybe it was the connection with Jalen Hurts. Maybe it was the connection just in Philadelphia. I don't know what it was, or maybe it's just Saquon being healthy, right? And that component, of course. But he goes there and fits perfect, 2,000 yards rushing, and you really can't make a better story out of what they did in the offseason. And then on top of that, you lose your Hall of Fame piece, Jason Kelce. Like, how are we gonna combat this, or how are we gonna come against this? How about this? We just move our right guard that we went and got second round from Nebraska, put him at center, and allow him to be who he is, and Pro Bowl year. And so the Eagles have something beautiful going on. A bunch of young guys too. You look at the roster, a bunch of young guys. You got the 2D tackles, real young guys. O-line. I mean, you got some older pieces in there. Obviously, Lane Johnson. You got some older pieces, but for the most part, you got a bunch of young guys: DeMonte Smith, AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley. I would say he's getting a little older for the running back age, but I mean, guys are hitting stride and they're in momentum right now. It's going to be awesome to see.
Well, it's interesting, too. You mentioned the Eagles fans. They weren't too happy with Nick Sirianni
right
about this time last year. So what a difference a year can make for him. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll be back with more on What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington on 93.7 The Ticket.
Psst. You know what's better than waking up early to go to the airport? Sleeping in. Lucky for you, the lines at the Lincoln Airport are so short and our service is so fast. You won't need to sacrifice precious beauty sleep to get here hours before your flight. So, go ahead. Sleep in. You deserve it. And choose the airport that helps you relax. LNK. Make flying easy.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law Group and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Hey volleybalfans, this is Laura Dijkema, national player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
A new year means it's time to try new things. If you haven't tried Fear's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For the days you don't want to go to the gym, don't worry. Fear's cheese spread is there to cheer you up. And for the days you do get to the gym, why not celebrate when you get back with the best dip around? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fear's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
The electrical workers of local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Sports Show! The 56th Annual Boat Sport and Travel Show is bigger and better than ever. January 31st to February 2nd at the Sandhills Global Events Center in Lincoln. Don't miss it.
Sports Show! An hour ago, you didn't need a plumber. Now you're in a panic. When life throws you a surprise with a clogged drain, plugged or leaky toilet, broken pipe, leaky faucet or water heater, or a bathroom or kitchen plumbing upgrade, whatever. Just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Keep that number handy, 467-1111. Or go to BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Having diabetes doesn't have to ruin your new year. Join a Nebraska-supported program like Living Well with Diabetes. You'll learn how to manage your symptoms, feel more confident, and reduce stress about your diagnosis. Search Nebraska Living Well with Diabetes and click on the DHHS Healthy Living Programs page to learn more. Paid for by the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Back to What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program.
Thank you for joining us once again here on What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington. I am Jake Bachman in studio with your host, Chancellor Brewington, here on a beautiful Monday afternoon. Chancellor, what is brewing for our second segment here?
It is beautiful, very beautiful. I'm just realizing this is going to be a repeat of the 2022. Just what, 2 years ago?
Yeah, last time there was the Kelsey brothers going up against each other. And all that. I don't even know if Taylor Swift was in the picture at that time.
Oh, Lord. So what's the deal with that? Are they still dating? I'm not clear. Is it still? Because I remember there was a tracker of all the times Taylor Swift was shown on the video board.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And one game it was like 150 or something like that. It was in the height of last year when it was. I mean, you had the Swifters and that whole deal, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. My wife's likes football as much as I suppose anybody does, but knows more about the Chiefs and stuff, and like Jason Kelsey's wife. I have no clue. I can't follow along with all of it. But yeah, they're still together. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift.
There we go. I mean, hey, to each his own. Teach his own. She got some good hits.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
She-
yeah.
She got some good hits. We're just kind of talking about Jalen Hurts and what he adds to this table, and it's been obvious that obviously he's the quarterback, but last year it was something that he needed to fix within his play, and I would say just really taking care of the football. He went from 2022 when they went to the Super Bowl, he threw 6 picks. Total yards around 3,700, completion percentage 66. So I mean, you look at last year, and I believe they're a wild card. Yeah, they were in the lost in wild card game. But you look at last year, I mean, he's 65%. That's great. 3,800, went up 100 yards, 23 touchdowns. That's around 2022. He had 22 touchdowns, so around there. But last year had 15 picks compared to the 6. I mean, that's 9 more, right? And so that was the difference maker. And then you look this year, 2,900. So yards went down. Well, why did the yards go down for any viewers or listeners out there? Because you add Saquon Barkley, you don't have to throw as much. I mean, he takes they're probably top back last year probably was around 1,200. So he adds on 800 yards. You do the math on that. 800 yards put on to 2,900. It's around 2,700. You're right back at. So I mean, it's just simple math there. And then touchdown wise, he throws 18 touchdowns, probably because some goal line situations you can trust Saquon to get in there. Let me see what Saquon had. 13 touchdowns. That's eighth in the league. That's not bad. But then you throw 5 picks, right? So you're right around. So you can kind of gauge, okay, if Jalen Hurts doesn't turn the ball over, the Eagles do this. If he does turn the ball over, the Eagles lose this. I mean, you kind of see that in the stats right here. And first of all, I mean, attempts from last year go down a whole bunch. So then it poses the question, okay, is it more so of a thing where the Eagles are best when they're not dropping back and throwing the football a whole bunch? You look last year, they threw the ball 538 times. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith had some great games early on in the year, right? I mean, they go 100 yards here. I mean, 250 yards here, had some great performances. But is that productive for a team win? And especially when, the defense kind of up and down at times, and you don't have that I would say 2022 defense where it's like you have the best front 7 in the league, and you could make an argument the Eagles have best front 7, but it wasn't as dominant. You don't have as many pieces. The back end wasn't covering as well. But now I think, attempts for throwing for Jalen Hurts went from last year 538 to now 361, and that's a huge difference. That's almost, that's around what, 180, 175 yards. 175 attempts. So you look at that, is the Eagles a better team when they are a little more, I would say probably split 50-50 or maybe even 40-60, 60 leaning towards the run. And I would say yeah, in some cases. And just purely off stats. And then you add in the component that, oh wait, Jalen Hurts is he can run the football just as a running back, right? I mean, he has those attributes. He knows how to make a guy miss, but he also knows how to slide. He also knows how to read the end. He also knows how to pitch the ball. So that's another element. He also knows how to throw on the run. That's another element. So you have all these different things you can do with Jalen Hurts. So I think when he's playing good, and I think when you identify more of a role, because it seemed like last year you tried to do something different with him. Just look at the numbers. Try to do something different with him. And it seems like they kind of got back to what got them to the Super Bowl 2 years ago, which was relying on a run game, trusting the run game, and not trying to get it all in one play, and playing to Jalen Hurts' strength. Because if Jalen Hurts plays good, then this offense functions the right way.
Yeah, absolutely. And you look at this team too. I mean, obviously adding a 2,000-yard rusher is going to help just about anybody in their offensive outlook. But remember, this team started 2-2, and so ever since October, they've only lost one game. And the only game that they did lose was a 3-point loss to Washington in a game where Jalen Hurts was knocked out in the first quarter with a concussion. So they've just been absolutely on a roll when they can get, for what it's worth, they won a few games without him playing, significant minutes anyways as well. But that's the role that they've been on. And so again, I'm happy because there are years when it's kind of fun to go through the magical ride, some wild card team. But you feel like they've just got, you don't know if it's the best team, but it's just the hottest team at the time. I feel like with the Eagles and the Chiefs, we're feeling pretty, I know Lions have the number 1 overall seed or in the NFC and all that, but you feel like you're actually getting two of the best built and performing teams in the league, going at it for the crown. And of course, a lot on the line there. But yeah, it's interesting just to Jalen Hurts' career, in and of itself would make for a pretty good movie. Just from the college stuff of Tua replacing him in the championship game, to having to go to Oklahoma, and then questions about whether he was a franchise quarterback with the Eagles and what has happened since. It is amazing. But yeah, I mean, it's similar kind of to the Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry. Like that was the big deal in the offseason. It's like, okay, now you have a running quarterback now with one of the best running backs in the league. Well, the same thing happened in Philadelphia.
It's working.
Yeah, it's working perfectly.
It's working good. I think now that's a great point, Bach. It's like when you have a running quarterback, that has that element to him. Okay, so what does that mean? When we go man, I have to have some type of spy on the field, right? So I don't like man as much against Lamar specifically. But when we do go man, we have to put a spy that's has the skill set to be able to run with Lamar. And where do you get a guy like that? I don't know. I haven't seen one yet. Right? I mean, I don't know who you're going to put. I mean, you're going to put your top cornerback. I mean, Jalen Ramsey as your spy, right? Like, that's cool. I think LeBron said that when he plays Madden, he puts Jalen Ramsey on a spy in Madden, right?
Oh, does it?
But we're not in Madden, right? So that wouldn't work. You're not going to put a D in. I mean, you got to put some type of linebacker that has some speed. Okay, take that out the equation, and then you don't have to account only for Lamar Jackson. Now you have to account for the best back in the league. Oh my gosh! Now, okay, go to the Eagles. Now you don't only have to account for Jalen Hurts, which is a different story than Lamar. I think those are on two different scales. I mean, Lamar might be the best running quarterback we've ever seen. I mean, touch a football, except for, I think he surpassed Mike Vick in all honesty. And just for demand, I mean, overall quarterback, I think he's past Mike Vick, but also running quarterback, I think he's past Mike Vick. And then you go to Jalen Hurts and you see, obviously his background at Bama, you saw all the things he can do. I mean, he's a specimen, of course. But you add now Saquon Barkley. The question mark is, what Saquon Barkley are you getting? Well, you've answered that. I mean, you're getting let me check real quick what he was rank wise in yards this past year. He was first. Okay, so you have argument that you got the best back in the league.
Yeah,
you can make the argument that the Ravens got the best back and the Eagles got the best back. You match them with can I say this, Bach? Who's the second best running quarterback in the NFL?
Ooh, that's good. Yeah, that's tough. I mean, look at the yardage wise.
Would you say, as a threat, would you say Jalen Hurts could be top 5 at least?
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think of who else is I mean, you're not going to go Stroud. You're not going to go Daniels. You're not going to go Mahomes. You're not going to go Allen, although short goal line, and Josh Allen is the best. You're not going to go Baker. You're not going to go, Goff, Stafford. I'm thinking through it. Hit the text line if you're.
Jaden Daniels probably.
Jaden Daniels in a sense.
Kyler Murray.
Now, Bach, you like the Cardinals, right?
Yeah, I'm a Cardinals fan.
You might have to go. You actually do have to go Kyler Murray at 2. Okay, then I'll throw Jalen Hurts at 3. Then is that okay to say based on the stats?
Well, the stats have, so this past season, Lamar Jackson number 1, Jaden Daniels number 2, and then Jalen Hurts number 3.
Okay,
Kyler 4th, by the way. So
you can make an argument that the Daniel situation next year, that's not going to happen, or it's going to happen. I don't know. Sophomore year kind of declares a little bit or second year kind of declares a little bit more of who you are, especially at the quarterback position. But I think it's this thing where you have a really, really, really dominant quarterback. What's the best pair with that? A really, really dominant running back. So, I mean, if you're the Redskins, I don't know how the Redskins running back did this past year. Is it still the guy that got shot?
I think Eckler was their primary.
Eckler? Okay, so I guess what's the formula now that we're seeing in the NFL? You get a really good running quarterback. You have to pair him with a real dominant running back. So I don't know who's 3 on the rushing board or who's top 5. But Commanders need to think about getting a good running back, because I think the formula is there, and especially when you got a guy like Jaden Daniels, who can do whatever he wants on the field. Not in a I guess I'm not trying to overgas him, but I didn't think he was going to do what he was going to do this past year, and I don't know if everyone felt that way. I mean, you think about Caleb Williams and Daniels. I mean, I think a lot of people overlooked, first of all, Daniels Heisman at LSU, because LSU wasn't that good, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they were average.
Their defense was bad, so they had to play a lot of
So shootouts. I mean, he was playing amazing, right? But no one, I mean, people were talking about him, but it wasn't like Williams, and it wasn't like who was this past year? It wasn't like Cam Ward, and it wasn't like Shador. It was more similar to those ones, and those ones were kind of a toss up. And they didn't win Heisman, right? And so you kind of look at like projection wise, where is Jaden Daniels going to go in his career versus Caleb Williams? I think everyone or most people would have said, I think Caleb Williams is going to be, he's going to do this his first year and whatever. And then Daniels goes and does. I mean, I'm trying to think of a rookie. We saw CJ Stroud do it a couple years ago, in 2022, go and get into he win the wild card game? He lost in divisional, and so now you get a cat who goes to the was that AFC? AFC, is that AFC
or NFC for the Commanders?
NFC championship. You're like, okay, what's the ceiling for this kid? Is or a one-hit wonder? So that'll declare. But I think first of all, the quarterback expectations for first-year guys, for rookie guys, are going up year after year after year, and that can only be because there has to be some type of advancement at the college level. At the college level, something is happening at the college level that's producing real experienced young quarterbacks. So that's something super interesting to me, because usually it's a thing where, back in the day, Jordan Love from, was that Utah State or is that Nevada?
Right, yeah.
One of those Mountain West Navy blue schools. Text it in if I'm wrong. Utah State or Nevada, comes from there, has sit behind Aaron Rodgers. Of course, sitting behind Aaron Rodgers. Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams and CJ Stroud are all going to sit, but it's this thing where you can kind of expect, I guess you can kind of expect for, top 10 picks, top 15 picks, and I'm really just first rounders at the quarterback position to come in and really make a difference. And obviously you're going to get some hit or misses, but the outliers are real attractive if you're going out and getting some prospects, specifically talking about Cam Ward and Shador Sanders, because I think those guys can have those type of impacts. But I also could see the flip. I could see those guys having some really bad years too. So it's up in there, of course.
Well, it's interesting too because Williams didn't have the best year and it was kind of picked apart on social media for it, but his numbers aren't all that bad. So just kind of funny to go look at that. All right, let's take a quick break here on What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington. One final segment when we return.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with the child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
A new year means it's time to try new things. If you haven't tried Fear's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For the days you don't want to go to the gym, don't worry. Fear's cheese spread is there to cheer you up. And for the days you do get to the gym, why not celebrate when you get back with the best dip around? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fear's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Hey volleybalfans, this is Laura Dijkema, national player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
What's it take to be a mentor with big brothers, big sisters? It takes 30 minutes and a cup of coffee. A video game, best 2 out of 3. It takes sharing thumbs up emojis, clapping emojis, and loaded nachos at halftime. That's how you make an impact on a young kid's life. So go on, share a few hours a month, because mentorship may sound huge, but the truth is, it takes little to be big. To learn more, volunteer, or donate, go to bebignow.org.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law Group and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Right now, when you drive by Honda of Lincoln, you'll see more than 200 new Hondas and over 125 pre-owned vehicles. Hi, Charlie Stone here, and with me on the line is Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, how does it feel to have so many vehicles in stock again for your customers?
Charlie, it feels amazing to see how excited our customers are. They love the ability to see, test drive, and take immediate delivery of the exact new Honda they're looking for.
Do you have some good offers to talk about?
We sure do, Charlie. We're offering financing as low as 0.9% APR up to 72 months, or great lease rates on every new Honda. It's the perfect time to drive away in the new Honda you've been dreaming of.
How about pre-owned, Andy?
We have over 125 pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Just about every make and model with prices starting at under $10,000.
Maybe it's time you experience the best, the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Did you know that AmeriCorps programs improve lives, strengthen communities, and foster civic engagement in Nebraska? For example, AmeriCorps program serving with the RISE program helps students on probation for truancy gain skills to improve both their attendance and performance in school. Discover more about AmeriCorps programs making a difference in your community at serve.nebraska.gov. Paid for by Serve Nebraska. Aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and we wanted to give a special shout out to all of our great customers, thanking you all for a record-setting year in 2024. Now let's get the new year rolling with some big savings. Right now at Cobble, we have some of the biggest discounts in the area with over $12,000 off list price or 0% APR on select new models. So stop on in the dealership or hit us up online at cobblecars.com to get true low country overhead in action. $12,000 off list or 0% APR right now at Cobble. So please stop on in or visit us at cobblecars.com. You'll be glad you did.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road. At Lincoln Family Chiropractic, they believe everyone deserves to live a pain-free and active life. Lincoln Family Chiropractic specializes in customized care for every patient to promote faster healing, allowing you to get back to an optimal life. Lincoln Family Chiropractic goes beyond chiropractic care. They offer physical therapy, massage therapy, nutritional counseling, and wellness classes. Give Lincoln Family Chiropractic a call today at 402-484-5166. Visit them online at lincolnfamilychiro.com or in person, 1 block south of 70th and A Street in Lincoln.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Back to What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program.
That's right. We are back with What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington on 93.7 The Ticket. I'm Jake Bachman in studio with your host, Chancellor Brewington. Chancellor, what do we got brewing for segment number 3 today?
We got a quick little segment. Head coach, or no, position coordinator. Coordinator just got a $3 million contract. Nebraska just released their salaries, and there's a notable name on there that's getting paid the same amount, and it's going to be in the talks. It's Satterfield is still getting paid 1.4 allegedly, right? And or I don't know if there's going to be changes in during season or when we get close to season. And honestly, I have no problem with it. I mean, I really don't. I mean, at the end of the day, you got Dana Holgorsen. I think he's getting paid whatever amount as long as Holgorsen is happy, right? Because if Holgorsen says, "Well, that's not fair," now that's agreeable. But if there's no fuss there, I mean, I have no problem with it personally, but I'm sure people will. $3 million as a coordinator. Is that Penn State, I believe?
So Penn State has paid for Ohio State's defensive coordinator Jim Knowles to come over.
Jim Knowles.
And to take over the Penn State job. So much so, by the way, that Jim Knowles was asked by the school not to attend the Buckeyes National Championship celebration this past month, which is, I don't know if that's fair, but yeah, he's taking the Penn State job.
Wait, so Ohio State doesn't want him at the parade or the?
Yeah, they did this big thing in the stadium, celebrating the team, and he wasn't invited apparently.
Well, I mean, would you? I'm sorry. I mean, let's just be real. Let's just be real. You're a coach. You get paid to coach. Coaching is your profession. You go to where someone pays you the best, and that's not about loyalty. You're a coordinator.
Yeah.
That's not really about, it's not like a head coach where you're like, I am responsible for the
face of the university.
Yeah. And I'm responsible for these kids and whatever.
Yeah.
First of all, coordinator usually doesn't coach position. So they're the least personable with the players, right? A running back coach is literally like the running back's dad on campus. Let's be real. Or the receiver coach, tight end coach is like their dad on campus. That's the one who they report to. They don't report to the head coach. You pass by the head coach every once in a while and you get a head nod from him, and he says what's up, and he doesn't know what classes you're taking. He doesn't know who your advisor is. He doesn't know he knows probably maybe who your mom is if you did a home visit. If you're a transfer, he has no idea who your parents are. Probably doesn't remember your parents' names. I'm just being real, right?
Yeah.
Coordinator is, you talk about really removed. they are focused on calling these football games and getting the best outcomes. And they're like more drier personalities. I think that's pretty consistent across the board. Obviously, there's outliers out there, but the ones I've been around, more drier personalities, super, was that left brain? I mean, really analytical, really, okay, what's this? And so for, you to get 3 million, I think, hey, that's a win in my book. That's a win. And that's a shame that Ohio State did that. I mean, obviously there's not the best relationship there.
Yeah, there was the report that they also were, obviously trying to retain him, but that it wasn't necessarily competitive with the offers that he was getting, because he was getting offers from, several different schools, which also is interesting because so is Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly is at the top of the list for several NFL teams in need of an offensive coordinator, of course, on the opposite side for Ohio State. So they might be replacing both coordinators coming off a championship season. We'll see. Right now, Chip's still there, but yeah, certainly could make some room for that. But then too, I remember, and it hasn't been that long ago, maybe 10, 15 years ago, when it was the first $1 million coordinator in college football. And it was happening squarely in the SEC, and Big Ten teams in Nebraska was thinking, okay, how are we going to compete with this if we're paying $300,000 or whatever it was? Of course, the money has changed since then, but 3 million is a new number. I mean, that's a new number for a coordinator.
Yeah, maybe it's there's a correlation to the rise in NIL and guys getting paid. That'd be interesting. But yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be the new norm. I think coaches are going to be either, I don't know if demanding is the word, but I mean, players are getting paid a lot more. There has to be some type of correlation that a coach would get paid more too. That's how I see it in my mind. That's how I see it.
Yeah, just so again, just to get the numbers compared to last year, 3 million would make, if he was a head coach, him the 61st ranked head coach in college football, right behind Brett Bennett at Arizona and ahead of Brent Key at Georgia Tech.
Man, so much in the sports world. I'm glad there was a lot of movement today, and of course this past weekend. And I'm sure, maybe Nebraska will have some news. Maybe we'll be getting someone new, or maybe it'll be a winter workout, something we can talk about tomorrow and coming up in the next week.
Yeah, absolutely. We will look forward to that. We got plenty more to talk about this upcoming week, as you just said. They got plenty more to talk about on the block with Austin and Strick. That'll be happening next year on 93.7 The Ticket. Don't touch that dial.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription, or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides